and then I think we're good. All right, so let's do this.
Ready to roll?
Ready to roll. So obviously, just remember you need the mic to kind of be passed.
Yeah.
Thing. Okay. All right, let's go. On the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back to the Better Body Academy podcast. This is the podcast that you come to when you're sick of the dumb diets and unsustainable workout programs, and you're seeing us together for the second time this year. Was the women's retreat this year? Yeah. So and Bali, yeah. Cool, yeah. So hey guys, now I just want to let you know, right? Erin and Carly are they're holding it together. They're kaput. We've just taken them out to what's called Yum Cha. I'm sure a lot of you know what that is. We call it dim sum because I'm pretty much Chinese. And they literally murdered 15 plates of Chinese, and they are now about to comatose. Let me ask the girls, why don't you guys tell us a bit about how the flight was, how you feeling?
The flight was pretty good. It wasn't too rocky. It's just even
it's long.
It's a long flight, and just trying to get comfortable in the seats and the rest of it. I was just thinking, my little legs, how the hell Dom gets those pins underneath one of those seats in front, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we're glad the first half of the plane trip ride is over.
It's done.
Yeah.
But feeling tired.
Okay. So what the goal of today's podcast, guys, is I was thinking this morning as I was taking a drive to the gym with Dom, I was thinking, how cool is it that particularly for, these ladies, they are well outside of their comfort zone. This is only the second country they've been to. Yeah, second country they've been to outside of Bali, and that's obviously a stamp that you pretty much get on your Australian passport. And I was thinking to myself how cool it is that they've really stepped out of their comfort zone. And it made me think, this is just fitness, right? It's just fitness that we're doing here. We're doing sort of weight loss and fitness. But for me, it's so much more than that. Now, if you guys want to ask some questions, we'll try to keep a little bit of an eye on it. But what I wanted to do is kind of dig into these girls and Dom and ask them a few questions. I might start with Carl's. Carl's, before you kind of got into fitness, what did your life look like in terms of what were you doing and what did you see yourself amounting to in, say, 5, 10, 15 years?
So rewind. I've always been into fitness. I always went to the gym, but I just had no idea how to train. And before that, it was just excessive amounts of alcohol, trying to manage my anxiety and just, managing kids and afternoon busy, rush with just family stuff. So I became a bit into a cycle of over drinking, not spending great amount of time with my kids and the rest of it. And I started to feel pretty shitty about that. I've always done the exercise part of it, but I think I just got to a place where, I was sick of my own shit really, and waking up each and every single day feeling horrible. Physical results weren't there. And I'd probably still be spinning the wheels if I, didn't actually make a start on, coming into Better Body Academy and starting to prioritize myself as a mum, as a partner.
Can you talk to that a little bit, Ez, about the prioritizing that you had to make? Because to be fair, your life has been pretty difficult, with kids and, a similar story perhaps to Carly. How were you able to make yourself a priority? I think that is the single biggest step that a person needs to learn, but it's also the most difficult one to take. How have you been able to make yourself a priority?
I think in the beginning it was a bit different because I obviously had that trust with you that, you were family. So it's kind of I wasn't just being sold this other thing. But in the back of my mind, I was still kind of hesitant, thinking it's just going to be another one of those things that I do and I give up on. But when I came into it and I kind of dug my heels in and I started to get that support around me, I started to realize that showing up for myself was actually really, really important for my mental health. It was really important to show up for myself, for my kids and my husband, because I was going on this emotional roller coaster with my kids, being, having disabilities and things like that, lots of emotions. And when I just started to see a little bit of a glimpse of what looking after myself did for them, it kind of drove to continue to be that little bit selfish of like, I'm in a better headspace when I look after me, so then I can look after them.
Yeah, good call. One of the things that we're going to be doing on the coaching calls this week, guys, is we're going to be talking about some mindset stuff, all right? Because we know better than all of us know that it's not about the calories. It's about the game up here, right? And that's the thing that we all struggle with. We try to be perfect and we fall off. We fall down flat. And if we're not willing to just get ourselves back up again, that's where we start to struggle. Dom, I want to go over to you, brother. What's been the hardest battle that you've had since starting as a coach around self-doubt? I'm really interested in asking you that question, man. Like, obviously you're very confident in your own fitness abilities, like in your own fitness levels. Are you having periods of time where, like our clients, the self-doubt comes up and feels crippling for you?
First of all, you legends, I want some love in the chat. Look at everybody here together. Come on, shoot some love in the comments. Let us know how you feel about this. Should we do this more often? And now, well, obviously, fantastic question. All the time, I feel like giving up, right? I feel like maybe not being good enough. Self-doubt is massive, right? In every long run, I feel like, oh, fuck. I feel like quitting right now. How about stop running right now, right? And I'm training for High Rock, so it's just a constant. Like, if you guys think we don't have these thoughts, that shit doesn't creep in our mind on a daily basis, like, guess again, right? I think it's, for me personally, it's a constant reminder that this structure I'm building in my life with all these small things is essential to be stable for myself and feel good enough to be able to share that and coach you guys. Yeah?
So how do you deal with the self-doubt though? Like, when it comes up, I have the same thing. I have the same thing around creating content. I have the same thing around, when we've got 60 people on a coaching call and I'm like, fuck, do I deserve this? Do you know what I mean? So how do you deal with the self-doubt? How do you keep yourself on track?
I've just take the jump, I think. I don't know, like doing the hard things. I think there's no way around it, really. I don't know. I mean, how do you guys deal with it?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
You guys, when the self-doubt comes up?
Yeah, I think pretty much what you said, Dom, jumping in and reminding ourselves that we're coaches as well. And don't be a hypocrite. You tell your clients to go and do something, but you're holding back on yourself. Like, to be honest, I was so scared of coming on that plane. But what would I say to a client? Yeah, let the doubt creep in. It's okay to be scared. Just don't go. Like, I would never say that to a client. So it would be hypocritical for me to, almost fall into that trap. So doing what I would tell my clients to do.
I love that.
I have another one here. I think the crucial one just came to my mind is what we try to teach you all the time is messy action. It's okay to put something up that's imperfect or talk about something that, we're working on, but we're not maybe perfect about, right? And we're just forming an opinion about, so not being scared to just dabble in it and start getting that ball rolling, I think, is crucial, because if we don't take action, we're just going to curl up into a ball and stay stuck, right? So,
I mean, we've heard this cliche before around like how kids are willing to just fail and fail and fail. Like, obviously I've got 2 young kids and I'm seeing them just be so bad at biking or so bad at swimming until they're not. Imagine we took that outlook, which was like, I'm going to stick at this until I don't suck anymore. But most of us, we're not willing to go through the suck because of the fact that, honestly, we kind of look like a dick in front of our mates when we fail, right? Dom, how has fitness impacted your life outside of fitness?
Whew, that's a deep one. I think, I think the struggle with being a constant in my own life and having structure was a big struggle for me. And making fitness more than just working out, but just fundament for my mindset has just bled into a lot of things. And it's still, right? I'm still in the process of that. I'm not acting like I'm a finished product. So massive, yeah.
As I'd like to ask you the same question. If you could, like, I think out of a lot of us, you've probably had, honestly, the greatest transformation, in my opinion, from coming from where you've come from until now, like getting to a point where when you got off the plane, I was like, fuck, dude, look, you look shredded. Like, you look so good. When we first reconnected, I definitely was not saying that about you.
No.
Right. So how is it showing up in other areas of your life?
I think that for me, showing up for myself inside the gym has taught me that things are going to be hard. And in that moment, you have a choice whether, like you were saying, Dom, in those runs, you actually do have a choice. You can just stop and you can just walk out. Like, there's no one's holding you there to do that work. No one's saying you have to do it. That's a battle inside your own head. No one knows. Like, you're not standing there going, as you just walked out of that gym session, what the fuck are you doing? That's on me. I can hide from that, but hiding from that doesn't give you that sense of achievement. Like, the tough stuff, when you hit down here and you can push through that, even just the smallest bit of, like, I don't want to do hip thrusts today, but you know what? I'm going to do hip thrusts because I don't want to do them. You walk out of there and you're like, I just did something that I really didn't want to do. I was telling myself, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But just in that small moment, like in every other part of my life, I've learned that just lean more into those hard things, because each time you do it, it becomes a little bit easier, a little bit easier. You kind of desensitize yourself to that fear of, like, this feels uncomfortable. I don't want to do this.
Do you think it becomes a trend? So, for example, if it's this is probably a better way to think about it from a commonplace, is like it becomes a trend to quit on yourself, right?
Yeah.
It becomes a trend.
And then it becomes a trend to start leaning into doing the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Because you know that there's growth on the other side of that. You overcome that part of that self-doubt, like you were talking about in the start, you know, like that self-doubt that creeps up. A lot of us doubt ourselves that we're going to look dumb if we fail a lift, or we're going to look dumb if we fail at the new diet that we've started. And each time you just do that change that habit a little bit, right? Like, you build that self-belief. Carls, you say it all the time, just like, if you're going to do something, just do it, because otherwise you're going to feel like a goddamn failure, right? Build that self-belief.
Carly, if you had to strip away the aesthetic component to fitness, right? So what I mean by that is, like, feeling good, looking good in the mirror. If you had to strip away that, why would you keep at it?
That question is an absolute no-brainer to me, and it's my mental health. I know, I feel it within myself when I haven't been to the gym and I haven't made that time for myself to go and lift some weights. I feel like, and I'm not talking about training 5 to 7 days. For me personally, it's 3 to 4 days mostly. And I know if I don't go and set that time aside, my mental health absolutely declines.
Can you explain to me what you mean by my mental health?
So
how does it come out in your life?
Yep. So my coping, I guess, mechanisms with my kids. I'm far more reactive. I find myself niggling at my partner more. My sleep even disrupted. So for me, it's mental health, and that always has come before this the aesthetic part of fitness for me, is to prioritize my mental health.
Maybe that's a hard thing for someone who's new to fitness, because that at the start you don't necessarily get that. Oh, that makes me feel better. Right? You're actually like, that makes me feel fucking tired.
Yeah.
That makes me feel fucking sweaty.
Yeah.
That makes me feel sore.
Yeah.
Right? I can't sit down and take a shit and then get back up off the toilet seat again. Like, that doesn't make me feel good. but that goes away and that feeling gets replaced by something which I think you're describing around mental health. It's like,
Yeah, I don't even know how to explain how it goes away, really. But just over time, right? I guess when you start to feel better in yourself and maybe you do start to go, oh, maybe I've, lost a few centimeters around the waist, and maybe I fit into, a piece of old clothing, and it has that snowball effect when you start to feel and look better, and then it carries on into
That
your
headspace
rest of your
to
life.
yourself, though, when no one needs you.
Yeah.
Like doing that on your own. Like no one's saying, Mum, you've got that hour to yourself 3 to 4 days a week, right? Like where you don't have to think about what else is going on in your life. And I think as mums, that's like a really important thing, but a really hard thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that comes with the mum guilt.
Yeah.
If you guys have a question that you want to ask, we're going to have plenty of time on the coaching calls this week. But having said that, we'd love you to ask it in the comments, and we will try to keep an eye on the 2 client groups and answer those questions if you would like. Hey, Dom, I was going to say, ask you a question. What's the sort of like one myth or misconception that you used to believe about getting healthy or getting fit that now you don't believe?
Another banger, Jace.
Yeah.
There's a ton. My God, I used to undereat. I used to eat like my goal was to gain muscle and have a 6-pack as a student. And I used to undereat. Like I used to have like 50 grams of protein and maybe like a total of 1,000 calories, like not enough. And I got so skinny, and I got my 6-pack, but I looked like a skeleton. I don't know. Carbs was another big thing. It's like, oh, carbs are bad for you. It's like, all right, like what am I gonna eat? Like salad and freaking, I don't know, 0 calories. So a bunch. But I think the eating part, the under eating part was a massive, the biggest one for me.
Let's come back down the line because I like this question. So, Carls, a misconception that you or a myth?
Probably, excuse me, healthy eating, as in lots of avocado, lots of nuts. Yeah, no, these things are just really good for me. I can have a shitload of this stuff. I'm not going to put on weight because it's really, really good, and it's healthy fats, calorie bombs.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes.
I think I believe so many different things. Like I tried, the Glad wrapped around the waist.
Did you?
Because I used to think that you could spot reduce fat.
Right.
Like I really did. And like not even just the Glad wrap around the waist. It was like rug yourself up in like the biggest trackies, like a couple of layers and go for a run.
What's the concept there? Like you've got to get yourself really hot.
Well, I used to think that like
Right.
the more that you sweat in
Right.
that one area, it was like melting the fat away. Like I used to get so sweaty and I could feel it running down my body, and I'm like, oh,
It's working.
all that fat,
It's working.
all that fat is burning off. And then like, a couple of weeks later, you'd be like, well, I don't know what happened there, but it's still here.
Yeah, wow. I'm just trying to think of what myth has really stood out to me. I think it's like probably something that is like the protein's going to be really, really bad for your kidneys. It's like it's going to kill your kidneys. Your kidneys are extremely good at doing what they are made to do. They are a filtration net, and they take the shit out if it's in excess, right? And so I think it's funny that people are like worried about a high protein diet, but they're crushing 20 beers a week. And you're like, dude, worry about the big things. Don't worry about organic. Worry about eating some fruit, right? Don't worry about when you eat your protein. Worry about eating enough protein. Stop focusing on the minors that will shift the needle just a tiny bit, and start focusing on the things that actually matter.
Should we throw some questions in, or should we keep those for the end?
Yeah, I think we'll keep them for the end. So, Dom, who has been your biggest influence or inspiration on your fitness journey? What's he going to say?
Who has? I don't know.
Like what inspires you?
I don't think it was a person, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think it was a person. I think it was just me being fed up with my own bullshit. Really? Yeah. I was just half-assing my fitness journey, drinking a lot of alcohol and then working out on the side and then guessing the food. And I was expecting results. And I just, at some point, I was like, well, fuck, like, I'll look at all these people around you, like random people have just amazing physiques and it feels like they have their shit locked in. What the hell are you doing? Right. And then I got serious with it. And alcohol, again, it's like this, not the all in the perfectionist mindset is a big one, because I think it just makes you fail. And we really also need you guys to get away from that. So just not being like, I know alcohol was really holding me back from reaching my goals, but it trickled out. It wasn't like, I'm going to stop drinking today. It was like I got drunk once a week, then I got drunk like once every 2 months, and then I didn't get drunk anymore, but like I was drinking a couple drinks, and now I'm drinking like very little. Like I'm not kind of taking it away, but you know, it has a different place in my life now. That coupled with just not feeling my own bullshit anymore.
You've worked in a bar, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So how big how long did you work in a bar for?
Like over 5 years.
Over 5 years. Yeah, I worked in the entirety of my university degree. I worked in a bar as well. How problematic do you think alcohol is?
I think,
honestly,
I think it's a huge problem, but I think that a lot of people don't feel that it's a problem. I think a lot of people use it as a mask and don't see the damage that it's doing to their life. Even somebody, you know, like not everybody is an alcoholic. If you enjoy having a drink, amazing. But I think when you become dependent on it and when it becomes like something that you can't go without, I don't think that you're an alcoholic, but you really are masking the issues here and you're not facing the problems. You're kind of just hiding away from them. And then the minute that it all kind of explodes in front of you, you go back to that drink to, you know, cope with it again. And it's just...
I was having a chat with one of the boys the other day, who I won't name, and he's gone like 8 months without drinking. And I said, you know, like one of the things about not drinking is that it's kind of fun to drink. So it's kind of fun to drink, right? When you go out and with your partner and you get a bit pissy over a bottle of wine, and like that's fun. Now, for a lot of people, that would equal, if I stop doing that, then I stop having fun. And so what's the point in life? And that's like, I'm never, ever, ever, ever going to say to clients, stop drinking alcohol, right? But I think a lot of us, we've got to question, and certainly all four of us have probably got to the point where we've had problems with it, right? I definitely did. And when I look back at that now, I'm not coming from a high horse position. I'm saying I didn't drink. I still love a beer, but it just kind of got to a point where my aesthetic goals were not great. When you wake up with a kid and they're climbing over you in the morning and it's 7 o'clock in the morning and you're a seedy, you're just like, oh, fuck off, right? And then it just like that sort of tiredness just ripples across all parts of your life, and it's just not something that is fun, right? Okay, Carly, how do you keep to your fitness journey now that you've got kind of kids, and how do you stick to it? And do you sort of have times when you're like, fuck, I just can't be bothered?
Yep. So I don't look at it like I'm on a fitness journey. It's life to me. I get up, I go to the gym, I eat good food, I move my body. And we talk about this on the coaching calls all the time. It's harder for me now to make, and this is what I tell a lot of the girls in the group, you will get that. It's harder to make a shitty choice than what it is to make a good choice. Did I say that the right way? Yeah. So it's not like, I think we just think I've got to make all this time and I've got to be ready to, like, why? Why does it need to be separate? Everyone's got to eat. Make a better choice. Move your body a bit more. Like, to me, that's just, it's life.
And that's my personal, like, I get why guys and girls are doing it, but when we say day 153 in Better Body Academy, day 154 in Better Body Academy, when you do that, you're almost counting the days that you're still doing the thing.
Like there's an end date
There's
to
an
it.
end date to it. Yeah, and I know the people that do that wouldn't say that, no, it's not that. And I get it. It's just probably never consciously realize, hey, you know what? Like, stop counting the days that you're doing it and start just realizing this is actually you now. This is you now, right? So you don't need to count the days.
Yeah.
You're that person now. And if you're not there yet, of course, it's going to take some time, and quitting before you're just about to break through and that identity is going to shift. You start to become that person. It starts to become embodied in you. This is why you got to be in this. You could lose all the weight you need to lose in 3 months, but you're not going to change your identity completely in 3 months. That's going to take some time. Did we have a couple questions that are...
We have a couple mindset and one nutrition one.
Sorry.
Yep.
Mindset, nutrition, what we want.
Yeah, go for
Let's
it. Whatever.
start with the nutrition one. Brett asking, what is the big difference between whey and plant protein? I cannot do whey.
Okay, yeah, we'll answer that quickly. So that's
Just
that's a weird
discussed that
question
actually.
in the context of the podcast, Breno,
Yeah.
but we'll answer it because we care.
Yeah.
So the major difference is all proteins break down into amino acids, and a number of those amino acids they're called essential, and so we need to ingest them because we can't make them. Plant proteins do not contain all of the amino acids. So basically what this means is that you have to eat a mix of different plant proteins to get the same amino acid cross-referencing of all those amino acids for it to be complete. That's the basic reason, the basic idea. Whereas when you have a whey or you have a beef protein or you have an egg protein, it contains all of the essential amino acids. So it means they're independently perfect on their own. Now, if you can't handle whey, generally what we would say is go down the line of potentially a vegetarian or vegan-based protein. You were saying combinations of pea and
Rice.
protein.
Yeah.
So in the industry, if you're having a combination pea and rice protein, that's generally seen as being the best. Bulknutrients.com.au do their earth protein. If you search earth protein, Brett, that's a really, really good option. And it's a combination of the two proteins. Okay. However, before you do that, I would actually go down the line of seeing if you can get an egg protein. Egg protein powder is the bee's knees, and it's obviously not based on whey. Yep.
Beauty. We have one more. Brandon, you legend. I struggle with not failing on 10K steps a day. Unfortunately, I want to hit it every day, and it can be frustrating. I think great question for the ladies. What do you guys think?
Well, what I was going to say is if 10,000 wasn't achievable for you, lower the bar a bit. But you're saying that you want to hit it. How realistic is that for you? Is it Brett?
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, Brendan, how realistic is it for you? So actually track your steps, see what you're coming in at. Because you might be someone that sits down and does maybe a maximum of 2,000 steps per day. Maybe you want to get to 10,000 steps, but is it manageable for you? I don't know, early on, you're setting yourself up for failure if it's not. If you want to hit it, get up earlier, don't sit down. Like for me, like there's ways around it. For me, I don't sit down in the morning. I have my coffee. I'm walking around. I'm sending voice notes to clients or, us coaches. I'm walking around, taking the longer trips to whatever it is, getting out of the car when you're going to do school pickup rather than sitting there on your phone. Just got to think outside the box, really.
It sounds really dumb. You just got to stand up more.
Yeah.
You just got to stand up more. Like there's just a tendency to go and sit down when you eat breakfast, sit down when you eat lunch, sit down when you take a phone call, sit down when you do your work. Just stand up, because most people don't stand up and then stand still. That's the hard thing, right? And if you're, again, you have to also realize that there's payoffs to this, right? So for me, for example, I haven't been hitting 10,000 steps for the last year, but over the last 30 days, I definitely have. I'm getting up an hour earlier at 4:30 and walking round and round and round and round in the kitchen. And I'm 10,000 steps by 6 o'clock in the morning, just because I'm committed to doing this as part of the cut that I'm currently doing. So you kind of you don't need to commit to it forever, dude. You need to decide, do I want to commit to it or do I not want to commit to it? Because if if you half commit to it, then you don't do it, you erode trust with yourself. If you don't commit to it, then you don't do it, then you haven't let yourself down. But if you do commit to it and then you don't do it, you're breaking trust with yourself. And this is where what Carly's talking about, maybe setting a more manageable goal would be better.
So, I mean, what do you think about, let's say I have 60 days of successful 10K steps and I'm really proud of it. But on the other side, maybe I'm a little scared to like take a day off and ruin everything because am I going to divert back to zero, or am I going to have to start all over? Or how do you guys kind of get around that, like beating myself up if I like not hit that 10K mark 2 or 3 months down the road?
Dude, and that is a real thing too, isn't it? It's like I tracked for 143 days, then I didn't track. Oh, fuck. It's like when you're on a streak, the streak feels so powerful. It feels like you're winning, but then you break your streak and you feel like a failure. So that's a mindset that, like, it might sound stupid, but you actually might be better to do a 30-day streak and then purposely don't walk a fucking step. Like, do 500 steps for a day and then start your streak again. Like, sounds really weird, but if you're constantly setting up that you're only successful if you're perfect, like, what is that? Like, where else in the world are you perfect in your marriage? Nope. Are you perfect in your parenting? Nope. Am I a perfect coach? Far from it. Am I a perfect manager? Far from it. Like, am I a perfect husband? Far from it. Am I in my fitness? Am I perfect? Oh yeah, every day perfect. Don't get like, it's fucking crazy what we're setting ourselves up for. Just stop it.
Yeah. So Brandon, amazing question. I think key here is, hey, fuck yourself up and see how strong you've become.
Yeah.
It's cool, you know, and maybe you're going to come out even stronger, restarting and showing yourself that it's okay to be imperfect.
Can I like just go a little bit deeper on that? One of the things that Alcoholics Anonymous teaches people, right, is you can never do the thing because you will remind yourself that you're an alcoholic, right? Now, I really have a problem with that model. Now, I'm not an alcoholics expert, right? But at the same account, it's like, you got to remind yourself over and over and over and over and over again that you're an alcoholic. That sounds like a prison, right? Now, if in the same way, it's like, you've got to remind yourself over and over and over and over and over again that you will always do the 10,000 steps or you're shit. It's like, you're living on this like razor's edge. It's just not necessary. Like, we went out and like, we went out, Dom, we went out today, like, honestly, guys, and my mother-in-law is like, wants to love my family here. And we probably ate 2,000 calorie fucking meal each, right? I don't want to eat that food, but I did because it was part of a family thing. But you're not sitting there going like, oh shit, now I can't eat anything for the next 7 days. It's like, you know what? It's healthy to have a day off, right? We get back to routine tomorrow, right? We show up and do the podcast, right? We're at dinner and we're at lunch and we're like, no, we've got to go now because we said we'd do this, right? It's what your word is your integrity.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to add on. You know, we talk about this all the time in the coaching calls for the ladies. Like, so many of the ladies, and I was that person. I'm just overweight. I'm just lazy. I'm just fat. I'm just this person. I'm just this person. The more you repeat that stuff to yourself, you breathe that into you. So then it's like, it's justification for all the excuses that pop up, right? Oh, well, I missed my 10,000 steps for the past week because that's just who I am. I'm just that lazy person, right?
Yeah.
So you're justifying it. But the more that you start to tell yourself, I might not be where I want to be, but I'm working towards being that healthy person. I am living a healthy person's lifestyle, even though the external part of me may not reflect that. I live a healthy person's lifestyle, and being this person, I don't just make excuses as to, like, there's no magic in the 10,000 steps,
Nothing.
right? There's no magic in, hitting your 4 workouts a week. There's no magic in making sure your nutrition is 100% every single day. It's like, doing these little things and having stuff ups along the way. This is human.
Human.
Like you
Yeah.
said, like, you know, you go and enjoy life, and what you want to do is actually not be perfect and learn how to pull yourself back really,
When
really
you start to
quickly
struggle. Yep.
when you start to struggle. So if you break that streak, it's okay. What was your nutrition like? What did you do a workout that day? Great, amazing. There's something that you can control in that. Who cares about the steps in that moment?
Yep.
As long as it doesn't become a continual thing that you keep just like, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about that. And then the next thing falls off. Oh, I've dropped my workouts down. Oh, now I'm kind of tracking my nutrition.
It becomes
but
a
I'm kinda
trend
not.
and the opposite.
And then
Yeah.
you fall completely
Yeah.
off the wagon.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes a problem,
Yeah.
I feel.
Carls, have we got any questions that you want to answer from
No, not from the girls. They're just just saying they're doing the steps
Okay.
and walking around while they're listening to us.
Okay. Well, ladies, we're going to finish off that podcast there. Hopefully this was just a little bit different, a little bit of an insight. And so on the coaching calls this week, remember there is 3 mixed coaching calls. 3 mixed coaching calls. Come and get on those coaching calls. What we're trying to do with these coaching calls this week is talk a little bit about mindset. And what we'd like you to do is come with a question. Come with the idea, what are you actually struggling with? What would you need help with? What do you not understand? So rather than it being a coaching call where the coaches perform like dancing monkeys, instead, give us a chance to help you. And if we can't do it amongst our community, help you solve the things that you are struggling with. This is about you. We want you to be selfish this week. We want you to show to the coaching calls. There's 3 coaching calls, like we said. Those coaching calls are going to be tomorrow night. It's going to be 3 a.m. our time. So it's going to be fun. But we want you to come and ask the questions. So guys, we're going to wind it up there. I'm going to give these girls a night off. Dom and me are good. We'll probably go for another gym session, won't we?
Let's go.
And we'll give the girls some sleep. Thanks for coming in, guys. Hopefully it's been helpful. We love and appreciate you. And over the course of this week, hopefully you'll see a lot of us and giving us the back end of the week to go and smash up this conference to become better coaches. This has been the Better Body Academy podcast. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Bye.
All right, team. Any kind of final stuff we need to answer?
No,
No.
no questions.
Golden on the boys' side.
All right, legends. Enjoy your